Hello everyone, this video is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardinas, to use this as an educational material. So, before we begin, let us have our objectives. Our first objective is to understand the relationship between individual identity and social identity. Second, investigate the impact of individual and social identity behavior. Lastly, examine the implications of individual and social identity for social justice. This research involves investigating how an individual develops their sense of self as individuals as well as how they are shaped by their social identities, such as their cultural, religion, and ethnic affiliations. It also helps us discover how individuals prioritize their identity against their social identity in different kinds of situations. This topic also involves investigating how social identities such as race, gender, and sexual orientations affects access to any resources and power. To begin the topic, what is an individual identity? Individual identity is a set of characteristics that is uniquely set upon you. It is all about your traits, beliefs, values, and the experience that makes you distinct as a person. Individual self can also vary in many different factors, such as influence, experiences, and how simply you are shaped by your parents. Although an individual's identity may evolve over the time by encountering different kinds of experiences throughout their life, identity itself is an essential aspect of human development, as it is a basic framework for you to understand yourself more and guides you into making an interaction to others. Individual identity itself is the key of what makes you unique and contributes largely to the diverseness of human nature.
Hello everyone, my name is Cadet Darnie Nabreta. I'm here today to discuss what is social identity online. Social identity online refers to the way how people represent themselves in the digital space or in the digital world. We call them cyberspace, digital space, or even social media itself. In an online environment, it is very expected that individuals are given every opportunity for them to create their own persona and diversify their ideas as to how it would shape them. What I'm trying to say is that many people online isn't really who they are because they are trying to imagine and be creative enough as to how they would try to describe and identify themselves. Social identity online is mostly used for online communication as well as creating uh, a relationship and building good recommendation systems and algorithms that helps people shape what they truly wanted and what they are recommended for. Social identity online is very good. It is very unique, and it helps people be creative and be more diverse in working all together. But even though that it is good, we should take note that the advantage has always have a disadvantages. So the common disadvantages of this is that despite of its great innovation in work and even in communication, social identity online can still lead to many communal issues such as what are shown in these pictures. Here you can see and um, you know simply detect and acknowledge what are the greatest downsides of social identity online. So with the distance and anonymity of many people, it is very much easy for many individuals to get disrespected and engage into very much more harmful environment. So we should take note that no matter how far a lot of individuals are, they should always consider to be more safe and to be more subjugated into a simple matter. It is because many people in social identity online can become quite good, but at the same time can be quite very bad. There's a lot of misconceptions that, oh, when you go to social identity online, when you go to cyberspace, you'd be safe because no one really knows about you and you're only at home or you're only at your favorite coffee shop. But no, you can still get disrespected because of what you are trying to share to them and what you are trying to represent. What you may represent that's good is bad for others. So, no matter how good you are trying to become in your social identity online and how you refer yourself in a goodly manner, there will always be critics. There will always be criticism, and the best thing that you could do is be open about it and move on. That being said, what I'm trying to say is that overall, whether social identity online can bring you positive outcomes or negative outcomes, what you do is basically depending about how you are using it in a specified content. So, no matter how much criticism or feedbacks or even positivities that you may receive, it is upon to you because people can be categorized into a different kind of contexts. So, it is very important to be aware of both of these effects because, or else you might come to a situation where you get so affected of what is happening around the cyberspace that may cause you depression and many much more. Thank you.
Where do social identity online come from? The concept of the social identity online has been traced back from the emergence of the internet and online communities in the 1990s. People have begun to connect with other people and interact with many individuals holding the same interests and ideas and even identities itself. The concept of social identity itself have come from Tadgefield and Turner in 1970s, who proposed that individuals and derive in the sense of self from their social group of membership. If we put it into an online context, this idea becomes an extension to be include that the virtual and social network can become a form of participant in the world of social identity. Its main factor is that the development that has been made by social identity comes through many people whom were very comfortable into expressing and creating connections with many others online despite not seeing each other. It is because they do not feel the pressure or judgment that comes from our society. People in the person can become too crude and mean to the point that it brings other people self-esteem. But yes, the social identity concept have become an emergent factor due to uniqueness of social dynamics. Technology have continued to improve. The social identity might become one of the greatest development that may become impossible to halt. Its concept might thrive due to how we shape our creativeness about ourselves and our relation to the world of internet.
Good day everyone. I'm Cadet Jerome Dado and I'll discuss about what is the advantage of individual identity. Individual identity helps provide several advantage for us people. It allows us to grow and have a great self-sense of awareness and keeps our esteem wide and simply keeping our personal growth better. Individuals who understand and accepts themselves can create and develop a much stronger sense of confidence and helps them create a better choice and improve their abilities overall. Individual identity help, helps the people to accept and take responsibility for their major decisions in their course of their life and can be better equipped and aligned into creating the best choice that they ever have. They become more creative and is very much encouraged to express their own opinions and create a more innovative environment that can generate ideas and solutions. It also helps individuals to be more concreted into taking care of their mental health well-being and can encourage and create a far strong sense of fostering the embrace of their authentic self. To put in short, individual identity is the main course of helping people to enable, promote meaningful development to oneself. So that's all. Thank you.
Although individual identity holds a lot of advantages into improving oneself, it also holds great potential of disadvantages that may associate with your lifestyle. One of the things that makes individual identity very accounted of in disadvantages is when individuals have already prioritized their self too much over their social identity that can lead to disconnections from loved ones and can create an environment for your health that would lead to an isolation. It also holds a great sense of a conflict to other individuals because you will have different views and may somehow lead to an equal of treatment of one another that most likely caused conflict and anger to individuals. You become narrower into opening new categorized ideas to develop an envelope and a professional development into self and may lack of accepting others people's beliefs opinions and many more. Individual identity can have very much disadvantages such as a conflict, isolation, discriminations, ability to become narrow-minded and over-emphasizing into everything. That is why that it very important to strive for exclusivity if you do have empathy and respect for others. Everything should be balanced as becoming too much of one can lead to missteps.
Good day, sir. I'm Deck Cadet Lionel Bernard. So, where did the individual identity come from? Individual identity has been traveled into conversation by many philosophers and social theorists for over how many centuries. The ones that have made this as a topic of interest were our lovely Greek philosophers who shares different views about the self. These philosophers were Socrates, Aristotle, and Plato. The modern concept of the individual identity has been developed as an idea by John Locke and Immanuel Kant. They began to ponder of the individual as an autonomous being with the ability to be able to think, make decisions, and reason out. It has also developed due to the influence and rising of many wide-range factors such as the globalization, industrialization, capitalism, and many more. It was strengthened by the emergence of the democratic government that have recognized the ability to have human rights and freedom. Social media was also one of the greatest common factors that have shaped individuals as to what they should be perceived and how they must need to present themselves in the society or even in the world. To sum it up, the concept of individual identity has come to a variety of historical, social, and cultural factors. No matter what the evolution was, idea of self as a unique entity remains a great fundamental aspect of how we understand ourselves in this world.
Good day everyone. I am Decadent Alado. So I am here to discuss what is the advantage of social identity online. One of the greatest aspects of social identity online is that it helps you connect with individuals who have shared common interests, beliefs just like you do. Regardless of your location, no matter how far you are still able to connect and create sense of belonging that may not be very much possible in case in a real life situation. Social identity online is very much powerful with many platforms to express themselves, where they can share their thoughts and opinions with wider and much more impactful audience depending on the context. It basically diversifies your perspective and powers your skills that may not have opportunity to do in real life situation. It also creates great expression with one another and develop great understanding and empathy between many groups that you're residing with. It also provides with great resources and access to network that may not be available in the offline world and help you broaden your knowledge and break down many discriminations that may happen. So that's all.
Good day everyone. I'm here to discuss about the disadvantage of social identity online. So the disadvantage of social identity online is that it can lead to the creation of a digital divide where individuals who lack access to technology or who are not familiar with online platforms may be excluded from important social and economic opportunities. So this can exacerbate existing inequalities and further marginalize already disadvantaged groups. Moreover, social identity online can also contribute to the normalization of culture of surveillance. So where individuals' online activity is monitored and tracked by the governments or and corporations. This can have serious implications for individuals' privacy and civil liberties, as well as their ability to express themselves freely and engage in political dissent. In addition, social identity online can also contribute to a sense of disconnection and isolation, particularly among younger generations who may rely heavily on social media for social interaction. So this can lead to a lack of meaningful human connection and contribute to feelings of loneliness and depression. So overall, while social identity online offers many advantages, it is important to be mindful of its potential negative consequences and to take steps to address these issues. So this may involve advocating for greater digital literacy and access, promoting digital privacy and security, and also encouraging individuals to balance their online and offline lives in a healthy and sustainable way. So that's all. The disadvantage.
Good day, everyone. I am Decadent Jerome Nigistagole. So, who's better between the two? Individual identity and social identity are two crucial aspects of human existence, and they both play essential roles in shaping our lives and interactions between others, both in the physical world and online. Individual identity refers to the unique characteristics that makes us who we are, such as our personality, values, beliefs, and preferences. Social identity, on the other hand, is defined by the groups we belong to, such as our race, ethnicity, gender, religion, nationality, and other social categories. When it comes to the online identity, individuals have the freedom to express their individual identities or social identities or both, depending on the platform and purpose. For example, on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, individuals can choose to present themselves using their real names, photos, and personal information, or they can create pseudonyms and anonymous profile to protect their privacy and express themselves freely. A debate on which is better between individual identity and social identity online is complex and multifaceted, and it ultimately depends on individual perspectives, goals, and values. Some people argue that individual identity is more important because it allows them to express their unique personality and stand out from the crowd. They believe that social identity can limit their individuality and creativity and lead to groupthink and conformity. Others argue that social identity is more critical because it helps individuals connect with others who share similar values, beliefs, and interests. They, they believe that social identity can create a sense of belonging and community, provide emotional support and validation, and promote social change and activism. In conclusion, there is no clear winner between individual identity and social identity online, as both have their advantages and disadvantages. It ultimately depends on individual preferences and goals, and individuals must strike a balance between expressing their unique selves and connecting with others who share their values and interests. That's all, and thank you for watching.